hot topic for content creators. This is where I pitch a hot topic to you guys, and then you guys turn around, create your own content on said topic. Merit versus market. That's right. So tonight I'd like to say a few things in regard to the indie market specifically, and what it means to me, as well as how those things may pertain to the formation of cliques, cults, echo chambers, and circle jerks. Now, I'll also be using the term underground as sort of an interchangeable word to describe the indie scene, but by both of which, I mean any form of arts and entertainment that is not linked to corporate mainstream media. And it's important that you understand that this is the defining factor of the indie scene. Like, that is what makes a piece of work underground opposed to mainstream. I've been actively involved with the indie scene for over a decade now, and I've seen firsthand the type of nonsense innocent and unsuspecting people can get entangled in. Usually these are people of a younger crowd, but really it could be anybody who's in desperate need of external validation in order to gain a sense of belonging, which has less to do with artistry and more to do with a desire to fit in, especially when it's individuals who are easily persuaded into playing a game called follow the leader. Let's just say that I've witnessed several Pied Pipers come and go over the years. When you've been around as long as I have, you can't help but chuckle at the sheer irony of it all. But I'm not here to make fun of people who just need a friend, because Lord knows I've fallen for some pretty stupid shit over the years. What I'm saying here is that I'm coming from a place of sympathy as much as I am experience in this regard. What these young and or friendly individuals may not know is that many of these so-called leaders that pop up on the scene and rise to stardom seemingly overnight, more often than not haven't the slightest clue what the hell they're doing, and owe much of their success to backroom deals and colluding. Of course, none of them will actually possess the humility to admit that, because to do so would break the illusion that they actually care about the craft. And they aren't just courting attention for the sake of a grift. I imagine that wouldn't be very good for their businesses, the bulk of which usually comprised of monetized content, suckers spending money on something called super chats, and selling you a selection of cheap crap made in China, also known as merch. You know, the cookie cutter content creator careers that are encouraged by all the big social media corporations. Please like and subscribe and click the bell. Follow for more. Now, you could probably already tell by the tone in my voice that I don't think very highly of this kind of activity. And you would be correct in that assessment. Best believe me when I tell you that there's good reason not to. But maybe that's a hot topic for another time. You see, the main reason why I consider the indie scene a conscious choice for me is because, first and foremost, I want to remain free. For me, that is a priceless peace of mind that no amount of money can buy. When I say that I am free, I'm not just referring to complete creative control as an artist, but also the freedom to speak my mind whenever I feel moved to do so, and also have the freedom to make moves without first having to make meetings. My decisions are not beholden to the vote of shareholders or sharks, so this means I'm free to collaborate with any individual that I feel like working with. It's that simple. That's what it means to be independent. It's kind of like being a free agent. Now, just because I don't play for any specific team doesn't mean that I out and out refuse to be a team player. The point of the matter is that I recognize the indie scene as a place where individuals, aka those of us who do not subscribe to any collectivist groupthink model, can come together of our own free will and affiliate with one another based on our shared interest for various arts and entertainment. It's this very freedom of association that separates legacy media from the underground. I don't have to worry about conflict of interest when it comes to sponsorships, third party representation, or any of that corpo bullshit. It's just a figurative place, not literally underground, that revolves around appreciating various arts and entertainment. And make no mistake about it, that is the purpose of the indie scene. Everything else that happens within the underground is something that comes as a result of individuals recognizing the actual art and entertainment first and foremost. So, those of us who are in the know, as far as that notion goes, understand that it's through our active appreciation of different works of art and entertainment that individuals within the indie scene can relate with one another and form special interest groups. This is where the term subculture becomes relevant. Subcultures are typically formed from movements that are distinctly artistic. The key word here being artistic, not to be confused with autistic, which is something completely different. In other words, it's the actual works of art that form movements, not some individual's ideals. However, artists can be credited for starting particular artistic movements, but the point is that it's not about the artists themselves, but the kind of artwork that's being created. Do you get it? Music is a great example of this. An individual's taste in music might influence the way they dress, the kind of people they associate with, as well as their aesthetic appeal. But all of that may have absolutely nothing to do with their personal ideals. My freedom to associate with the indie scene, including the individuals involved with it, stems directly from my appreciation for the actual art and entertainment that comes from it. So, for that reason, subcultures in this context are not inherently recognized as religions or political affiliations, because the relationship formed between various individuals engaged in a subculture is based on the actual art or entertainment that they, as individuals, are choosing to appreciate. Now, of course, this doesn't stop some individuals from trying to infiltrate the underground scene with their politically charged and or religious movements in an attempt to recruit free agents for their personal cause. This is how the concept of free association can become dicey, let's just say. I thought about maybe listing off some specific red flags, but perhaps that's a conversation for another time. I really just wanted to focus on the positive aspects of the indie scene and share not only what it means to me as an independent artist, but also as someone who is proactively in support of the indie scene in contrast to the mainstream. Now, when it comes to various subcultures and specific special interest groups that exist within the broader underground landscape, I would say in most cases, it's probably a naturally occurring phenomenon. For example, it's only natural that there will be individuals who are interested in reading a specific genre. When that occurs, it's only natural that some of those individuals may band together of their own free will and associate with one another in the form of a niche book club that focuses on reading and discussing the actual art and entertainment of that genre. So if you can read between the lines, then basically what I'm saying is beware of ambiguity when it comes to following leaders and getting involved with special interest groups. If there's no distinct criteria, then you don't know what the hell you're getting yourself into. But if you can remain focused on appreciating specific pieces of art or entertainment without getting wrapped up in ideals, then you shouldn't have much trouble avoiding unnecessary entanglements with posers, grifters, zealots, as well as Pied Pipers and their glorified pyramid schemes. When I say that I see the indie scene or the indie market as a community-based activity, what I mean is that it's all about relating through the act of appreciating specific arts and entertainment that individuals are creating or critiquing.